What's up? Hello. This is probably going to be an introduction for lots of people to who I am. My name is Loic Joel. Oh, so obviously I am an artist, musician, producer, whatever. And I released, and we are going to do a little breakdown of it today. I have like kind of two sides to my music. This is kind of how I picked. So I have my solo music. That's where it's like pop R&B type stuff, and it's just me on my own singing, blah blah blah, doing the whole thing, right? I also have this kind of series of side projects that I'm starting where I am the producer, and my voice is on it a bit, but it's mostly a space where I have my sound and other artists are on it, and the goal is obviously innovation, just kind of being different and like experimenting with a bunch of new things. So I will explain my sound because it is different than anything else, okay? So I make music only using the 6-string bass. The 6-string bass. If you follow me on TikTok, you've seen me play it. I've been playing, I think since I was 8 years old. I was a drummer first, then my dad forced me to play the bass because he was like, if you're a drummer, you have to play the bass, because he wanted me to learn some kind of stringed instrument. Anyways, but I started taking it seriously when I was 12, and I am now, I think, not to toot my own horn, but I think I'm pretty amazing. Anyways, you can hear it very clearly in my solo music that is just the bass. If it's not vocals or drums, it's bass. And in this project, it's kind of disguised at some point. Lots of effects, and it's kind of hidden, but the essence is still there. And it's what makes it a unique project. And this is definitely the most normal a project like this is gonna sound. It is bar is set, it's an evolution from here. I come from a metal background. The first music I made was metal. I was 2 years old in the car. My dad was blasting metal music, okay? So I really want to bring that sound into projects like this with the rap. Obviously the cover, I wanted to make a point of kind of hiding my face a bit because it represents how I'm taking more of a backseat on this project and letting other artists shine. The loose theme is kind of, there's no like strict lyrical theme that everyone's adhering to on this, but like the general like kind of vibe of the project is like coming back to someone loops, right? Kind of the loose theme I had in my mind was the end is the beginning is the end, which is kind of a theme I've resonated with, and I kind of wanted to bring that loosely into this project, which you can hear through the first track and the last track and the interlude, represented by the fact that I have the first track, which is called Ouroboros, which, if you don't know, is a loop, and it's usually depicted by a snake eating its own tail, signifying how the beginning is the end is the beginning, etc., etc. I called the first track Ouroboros outro to represent that fact that the end is the beginning and the beginning is the end. And if you listen to the whole project, the last track loops perfectly back into the start. So the whole project is a loop. And I think as a first project, this is a perfect theme. Overall, each track is nothing too serious. It's a vibe. Each track is a different sound. It's unique. It's fun. Okay, so I knew I wanted to make a statement with this first track. I wanted to start with something beautiful. I wanted to incorporate a lot of vocal harmonies because I like doing that. But with this first melody randomly, tons of effects on the voice, and from there I just kind of started building it in my mind, and it became what you hear now. So I truly believe, like, this is why part of the reason why this video is gonna be kind of short, because I truly believe that I don't come up with my ideas. The ideas are given to me by God. So, and it kind of just creates itself, and it's a very spiritual process. Okay, so by the end of this track, I knew I wanted to transition directly into the second one smoothly, no cuts, and drop into just like a dirty ass groovy beat. And I was inspired by, like, it's kind of funny how unless Kanye doesn't do it, which is a very Kanye thing to do, but I think he's gonna release an album Friday. It's kind of funny that I'm releasing it on the same day. But I was inspired by Devil in a New Dress, and you'll see why if you hear it. It was just kind of in the vibe of how it starts. Like, Devil in the Dress starts immediately, boom, in a nice groove. I wanted to have the same idea. Found a drum sample on Instagram by this drummer Zach Grooves, and I screen recorded it, and then I layered it with a bunch of other elements. So, because it was like literally just an iPhone recording, the quality wasn't the best, but I manipulated it, and then it became this. And again, connected, the vocal harmonies is the same pattern. It's a half step. It sounds like it's going down, but it's actually a half step up. And yeah, again, I wanted to feel beautiful, big. The bass is kind of subdued in this one. You hear it pop out in the bridge a bit, but it's definitely more vocal focused. So this is actually the first rap song hip hop I've ever produced in my life. I did this and I think I started this in October, but this is like, I've never touched rap before this. So, and I don't even know why I wanted to do this. It was more just like, well, why the fuck not? Like, I'm fucking Loic Joel. I can do this, right? So again, like, besides Devil in a New Dress, I can't pinpoint an inspiration. This is just kind of what was given to me, right? And on the vocals, I reached out to Young Rose for this. It is just, he did his thing. It's just absolutely incredible. And this is the same for everyone who's on this project, but he just did his thing, and it's fantastic. Next up, we have Lifestyle, and this is actually the first song I produced for this project. Again, it was kind of like this, so why not? I could fucking do hip hop. I want to cement myself as a producer and like this visionary, right? Just kind of came out of nowhere, you know, put a drenched it in reverb, and the beat just kind of became its own thing. But it is definitely a vibe. We have Tramari and Asma on this. They both did amazing, and they play super well together. You know, I couldn't help myself doing a beat switch. That just hit so hard. I just love, every time I listen to the song, it just scratches in my brain in the best way possible, just hearing it go down a half step. But then, in typical Loic Joel fashion, we have to throw in a bass solo. Because, you know, like, rap song with a bass solo, why not? It fits the vibe perfectly. This song is actually crazy. Big Motion with Saint-Sucré. Big Motion with Saint-Sucré. I'm gonna talk about his vocals first. He is, when I discovered him, I was like, I need to collab with this guy. I call him, the first time I listened to him, and I mean this in the biggest compliment possible, sounds like Quebec or Griselda. I mean that in the best way possible. He absolutely did his thing on it. Sick vibe. This one was mixed by Marius, not by me, and obviously sounds amazing. But ever since I discovered To Pimp a Butterfly, it's been a huge inspiration. So the song Hood Politics is one of my favorite. Just cause, like, Thundercat, he's on that, and like, he did his thing with the bass line in the intro. First time I heard that, I was like, oh my god. But specifically the drum groove, oh my god. I think it's called the Dilla Field. To recreate it on my own, but I couldn't do it, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna sample it. So I took the instrumental, sampled the drums, layered it with some other samples and like hi-hats and stuff, just kind of make it its own thing, and kind of just because you know, when you isolate stuff, the quality's not the best. So I did that, and then I just laid the bass line down. It took me a minute to make it sound full, because if I tried to add, I was like trying to add too many things, and it didn't work too well. But if I didn't have enough, then it just sounded empty, so it was a weird balance. I had to mess around with it a lot, but eventually we got it. And again, on this one, tons of vocal harmonies, fills it out beautifully. This was definitely kind of a step out of everyone's comfort zone on this project, and that's part of the point too. Next song, this one is the interlude. Okay, this is the last song I made for the project, so I was like, because again, it's made primarily with the 6-string bass, and I thought to myself, it's kind of disguised in this. I got some bass solos in there, but it's like, it doesn't stand out enough. So I was like, I made a point, like, I want to show everyone from the start my skill level as a musician. So I made the point, I'm making an interlude. I was like, we're gonna do some kind of semi-complicated harmony, and then we modulate to this beautiful chord progression, and then like a 1 to 2, I think it's a minute and a half, but this just super long bass solo where I'm just shredding. I did it in one take. A few videos ago, I vlogged it live, and you could see me do the actual takes I did. And yeah, again, this one, the whole point of this was just like, I need to show y'all I can shred, but it serves a purpose too, to bring in the same lyrical themes, and it transitions into the last track. If I'm being honest, I'm being a little critical of myself right now. We could have played that a bit cleaner, but the emotion was there. So if the emotion's there and it's like not that clean, I don't want to try and fix it. You know what I mean? Okay, the last song. Just first listen to this beat. Just listen to this fucking beat. What the fuck? This song is featuring Joby. I moved to Quebec in the summer. I got a job part-time just because I need money. It's the only thing I could find, right? And I actually wasn't supposed to work at that specific location, but I went there by mistake, and they like hired me anyways. And I met him, and he was like, "Oh, I'm a rapper." I was like, "Shut the fuck up, really? I'm a musician too. I'm an artist too." And when I showed this to him, and he agreed to hop on it, and I was like, while I was making this, I was like, this man needs to be on this. I don't imagine anyone else like hopping on this beat. A beautiful love song to end the album. And like while making this, basically this is another drum sample. Made No Symbols, they do these little drum demos, and they have a playlist where they post the drums only mix. So it was one of those videos and chopped it up. And that's part of the reason why it feels so good, because it's like a professional drummer. It's not a machine, it's a professional drummer just grooving, right? So I can't, again, the bass line, like the idea was given to me. I recorded it. I did this in a night. It just happened one night, boom, clicked, had to do it. I was about to go to bed, but then the idea was given to me. And again, we ended with a bass solo. Then this is where it gets crazy. I wanted the album to loop into itself. So I brought back the vocals from the first track, made a few changes, and the album, the EP, loops into itself, and it's fucking incredible. Because I love projects where I finish listening to it and I have to sit there for a minute with complete silence to just like absorb the beauty of what I just heard. Because there's a certain quality in the sound and in the chord voicings when I imagine something to be beautiful, and I definitely wanted to make this ending beautiful. And honestly, if you want to get technical with it, it's the minor 9 chords. Most of it is just a movement from I think I'm at like B minor 9 to D major 7, and just playing around there. Title Joel 1, implying that there's going to be a second and third one, which I would like to. Again, as I said in the beginning, I want to bring in like metal and just kind of make it like just fucking innovate, make crazy shit. I'm saying this now. I can't control what happens, but if God brings it to me, if this is what's gonna happen, I want to play with more like microtones, odd times, these breakdowns, crazy shit that I wouldn't do in my solo music. The next step right now is gonna be promoting a song I have called Introvert, which is like one of my other pop songs, and I really want that to be successful, and I think that could be very, very successful. That's actually gonna be the next video, like doing vocals for that, and I think it sounds amazing, and I'm very excited to share it. And that's I would I'm gonna say it, I would like it to go viral. It's probably not, it's not the type of song to go viral, but it could, but I definitely want to eyes on it, because it's definitely a great song. My YouTube, I post like vlogs, I guess, of me just making music and doing life stuff. It's definitely the place to know me as a person, compared to TikTok, where I post my bass playing and like basically like promote music. Same thing on Instagram, that's just like purely promoting music. And I'm gonna try bringing the bass playing to Instagram Reels, but I'm low-key scared because Instagram Reels is a weird ass place. Listen to the album, enjoy the album. If you are in Montreal, reach out to me for anything. If you do literally anything creative, from anything as small as mixing to maybe you're like a model or a dancer, or you just have ideas, or you're a producer, or you're a guitarist, you're a drummer, if you're a drummer, if you're a rapper, you're a singer, you are a painter, whatever, reach out, photographer, whatever. I want as many people as that would like to be involved in it. It's a place for innovation, new ideas, so definitely hit me up. I do not know how to end this video, so I'm just going to turn off the camera. Bye.